Alright guys, today we're taking a look at Iron Man from UBTech. And I'm really excited to take a look at this one because there's a lot of fascinating features with this thing. You know, it has the possibility of using an iPhone app, so you can go ahead and sync it and you can do AR missions with your phone or your iPad and stuff like that, which is really cool. It has a lot of different lights on it, so his arc reactor lights up, his hands have light ups, all these different things. But what's really cool about this, on top of all that, is that his mask actually lifts up, and it will actually have an animated LCD screen inside that shows Stark in there, or you can even record your own custom stuff. So I want to dive into all the features of this with you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here we are with Iron Man. So we're going to go ahead and turn him on here for the first time. Well, actually not the first time in this video, but I've turned them on before to test them out.
Friday. Import all preferences and run armor diagnostic.
Activating Pinocchio protocol. Beginning full spectrum movement assessment. Stand by. Boss, the Mark 50 is ready to connect or activate a protocol.
So now he's booted up, and you can either give voice commands to him or you can open up the app. We're going to start with the app here first. Alright, so here we are in the mobile interface. So you see you have two options. You have the nanotech or you have protocols. So we're going to dive into protocols first. So this is how you control the MK50 here on the actual iPhone app. So first thing you see here is mobile command protocol. So this is actually where you go in and you can actually control him in all sorts of ways. So you can see the left controls the arm there, so you can see I just raised his arm. I can lower his arm. The right side of it raises his arm, or I can lower it again. Or raise it again and lower it again. Then you can control his waist. You just saw his waist turn. And then you can control his head. So you can see his head moves from left to right. And then this is also where you can actually do actions with him. So you can see the actions tab. There's the actions tab, the audio tab, the video tab, and the lights tab. So the actions tab here also lets you do things like just pick any action, like let's say threat.
You've only got one move. Stand down.
So he does like different actions and stuff that he goes through, and it has signature dialogue and stuff from Iron Man. And something else you could do too, of course, is walk with him. I forgot to mention before. So here on the left, you can actually just walk forward with him if you want. Walk backwards with him. Or, of course, turn with him if you want to. And he'll kind of like turn in place. So some of the other actions could just be audio-based. So could be...
I am Iron Man.
Classic I am Iron Man. You could do a video, and this is really cool. This is what really sets this figure apart compared to all the other figures that I've been playing with, and gotten, you know, stuff like this that they work with apps and stuff. And this is really cool.
Friday. All this waiting around is killing my mojo. Give me a max power check.
So he goes through some lines of dialogue, and his actual like visor moves up, and you can actually see Tony Stark in there. Really cool that there's actually like an LCD screen in there that actually lets you see that. And then the last one is the lights. You can actually control the lights. You can see his chest lights up, as you can see there. I can also do his hands that you just saw light up. His feet can light up, as you just saw. I can also light up his chest and light up his other foot as well. So you can see he's all lit up now. So you can control all the lights in there. Something else you can do in here that's really cool, which I already set up before, is there's a tab on the top from Stark to me. And now this is setting you up in it. So if I click on videos this time and audios, you can actually create custom actions. So when it's a threat icon, he can actually say exactly what you want him to say in your voice. Or the audio one, you can select it and do the actual audio tags. And I recorded a video one, so you can see here, if I just click on video one.
I suggest you do what I tell you to do.
So you can see here that you can record your own custom videos, 3 to 4 seconds long, and you can go in there and record the video, and then it will sync up into here. You can have 2 different videos ready to go, and 2 different audio cues, and then customize all these actions as well to then being whatever you want them to be. So that's some really, really cool stuff that you're going to actually import your face onto there and do some really cool things with that. Now, if we back out here and we go into the Iron Guard protocol, this is another cool feature as well. So this is actually something that you can do where you can activate Iron Guard. So basically, he's watching your house. So you can see here I have different things that you can set up. So it's the microphone, light, and motion. So if he hears anything for the microphone, he's going to request the password. If he sees light change, he'll request that, and motion, same thing. These are things that I set up. So if you go in here and click on microphone, I set it up to actually do a password when he detects light or detects motion, or when he hears a sound. Whenever he hears that, he's going to run this protocol, and this one I set up where what the password is. So I will talk, and it will say, what is the password? And then you have to answer it correctly. If you answer it wrong, then it tells you what I tell it to tell. So I'll show you that now. So the password is currently set to Avengers. You can only do, unfortunately, you can't set the password to something custom. It has to be one of these 4 things, but you can customize everything else. So, for example, what I did for this one is...
Hold it. What's the password to come in?
Banana. Banana.
That's wrong. Go upstairs and think about what you've done.
So I didn't say the correct password, so he started firing at the person, and then it's my voice telling you to go back upstairs and think about what you've done. Now, if we actually said the correct password, so we'll do it again.
Hold it. What's the password to come in?
Avengers.
I guess that's good enough. You can pass.
So now you can actually go by, and he'll let you go through. So some really, really cool stuff, and you can customize all these actions here. So he can glitch out. His armor can start glitching when he sees light or something like that. He could demand the password before he walks in. It could be a random response when he detects motion. He just randomly says something. If you're setting him up in a party environment, that's a cool thing to do. So he can just be sitting there, and as soon as somebody walks by him, he'll say something to them. So that's cool. So a lot of customization that you could do with this. And like I said, it's for light changes, for anything he hears, and for motion too. So really, really cool stuff there that you can customize.
Boss. Project.
Another thing you can do here is the custom protocol. So what this is you can actually set up voice commands. You can do 4 voice commands set up. So if I ever, even if the app is not running, I can actually say one of these 4 things, and it could say house party protocol, and he'll run that protocol even if I'm not running the app, which I'll show you here at the end. And then you can customize all of these. So for example, the house party protocol that I did, I'll say yes to modify. And you can come in here and it gives you an entire grid of anything you want to do. So I customize this, and you can add, it's like a drag and drop system. It's really simple. So you click on the left, it does all these different things. So you can do a walk, a turning head, turn your waist, move your arm. These control lights on his ankles, all the lights that he has turned on. This can play audio, and he can even do custom audio. And this one controls all his flow, waiting for light changes, so he can wait for something to happen before he does the next action. So you can kind of set him up to do all these crazy sorts of things, and you can do a video customized too. So what I set up here is just a party mode thing. So as a test for you guys to see what I set up on here, this goes like this.
Activating protocol. It's party time, bitches!
And then he kind of starts like moving his hands and stuff like he's about to start dancing.
Protocol
So.
complete.
I muted the music that it was playing. I recorded a custom audio, but I didn't want to get flagged on YouTube, so I muted that part out. But you can see that you can do some really creative things on here. Create your voices, do some video things, and then put it all together, and then set it up as a protocol. And then even when the app's not running, if somebody comes down, they could say, start house party or house party protocol, and it will run that without the app running, which is really cool because a lot of these devices always have to run through an actual, system where you actually need to have the app running for it to do much of anything. This actually gives you some voice commands that you can do. So I really like that, and those are some really cool features that you can mess with there. Now, the main thing that they advertise this for is it actually has, or not for, because all these things are cool, but is the AR mode in here. And the AR mode basically works like this. So you click on Nanotech. This thing actually came with a pad. So he actually sits on this pad here. So I'll put it right in front of me. I put him on top of it, just like that. So stand behind him, so I'm right here.
To interface properly with the Armor Lab's nanosimulators, I'll need a tracking mat detected.
There he is.
Building environment.
That's the stuff. Let's see them get through this.
So, for example, if I click on the first one, you can see that my whole environment now has turned into AR. And now my whole entire table here that we were running on before is now into an actual environment. Let's just skip through that. And there is Iron Man right in front of me. And here comes a wave. So you're going through waves of enemies. And this mode is cool because it actually incorporates some actual things from actual movies. And you can see the Iron Man that you guys are watching there being recorded. He's actually moving his arms based on what I'm actually shooting at. So as I shoot, his arms actually, do that as well. So that's some really cool stuff that you can actually see here. And as the waves get harder and harder, and as you progress with different missions, the enemies change, and the enemies are coming from the movies and stuff, so you'll recognize these enemies and stuff.
For another wave,
so
boss.
really, really cool, really interactive. I'll let you guys explore that so I don't spoil, the missions and stuff. There's 10 different missions, and you can go through them.
I just wasn't feeling it.
So really, really cool AR, and it works extremely well too. Like as far as like keeping the actual playfield the way it should be, it actually works really well. I'm surprised.
You haven't.
So that is basically an overview of the actual app features of this thing. Like I said, he also does all those dialogue choices that you can make and stuff. And if you disconnect from the actual app,
Armor has lost connection to mobile device interface.
so you can see he actually loses connection and stuff. So, and now that the app is actually turned off, you can do one of two. You can do two things. You can use all those protocols that I showed you before, those 4 protocols that you can customize. You can just give him the actual command, and the command is exactly whatever that protocol is called. So if it's called House Party Protocol, that's what you would say. You would say House Party Protocol. And you just have to say it loudly and clearly to him. You can also say another one, which is Iron Guard, which is the thing that he actually sets himself to actually protect your house. The thing I was showing you where if it detects motion or light changes, he'll do a custom thing like asking for a password and stuff. You don't need the app to do that at all. Once you set it up, you can turn the app off. Your phone doesn't have to be in Bluetooth or anything. You turn him on and you just say Iron Guard.
Iron Guard mode activated.
He activates Iron Guard, and now he's looking for anything to, run that Iron Guard protocol.
Hold it. What's the password?
So he just detected motion. You see it's asking for the password. If you actually just put your hand over his head, he actually stops doing the iron. That's how you turn off the Iron Guard. You just put your hand over his forehead, and then he stops. That's really cool, that you can actually turn that stuff on and off without the actual app. I really like that because the app stuff is cool. The aerial mode is really cool. And the other things that I have like this, like the Star Wars one and the BB-8 and stuff are cool, but you need the iPhone app to be with you to pretty much do anything with it. This I can actually just turn on without actually using the app and still get that Iron Guard thing that I set up and get some custom things out of there. I can have it do a video screen when someone comes by and asks for a password. All these different cool things that I can do with it without actually interacting with the app after the first time I set it up, and it's good to go. And that's some really, really cool stuff that I really like about this thing.
Sensors are picking up a disturbance. I'm going to check it out.
And let's turn him off here so he doesn't keep going off. The on and off switch is actually behind his neck. And what's really cool too is that this is obviously rechargeable batteries too. I really, really like that because most of those other things you need AA batteries or AAA batteries or C batteries, whatever the case may be. This one is rechargeable. Unfortunately, it's not battery. You can't actually replace the battery, so that's the only caveat to it. But still, the fact that you get, it takes an hour to charge and you get an hour and a half of playtime out of it. So it's not bad. And you don't have to worry about using rechargeable or getting batteries to put in here every time it dies. So I like that. It's cool that it's rechargeable and get some use out of it that way. And an hour and a half is a pretty decent time. Obviously, we all wish it was longer, but an hour and a half isn't bad, especially, an hour charge time. It charges pretty quickly. One of the other things to mention, too, that people don't realize is here on the back, this chest mount right here on the back, this is actually how you actually charge it. You pull his little back place off, and that is where the USB cable is. Because that's not very clear on how you actually find that port to actually charge it. When I first opened this up, I was looking all around. I was like, how do you actually charge this thing? So that's actually how that thing gets charged. So, guys, I think this is probably my favorite the fact that it's Iron Man and it actually is Stark, and the video screen really throws it to the roof on how cool it actually is, and the fact that you can put your face into it is freaking awesome. I think anybody who comes to my house, when the next time that they come over and they see this thing, I think it's gonna blow them all away how cool it is. And this is definitely separating itself from all the other ones I have. I love the Deadpool head that I did a review on earlier this week. That's really, really cool. But and then the Star Wars ones that I have as well that I've had for a while, like the BB-8 and stuff, those are all cool. But I don't think any of them reached, like, you can tell this is more advanced and obviously more expensive. This originally retailed, I think, for like $290 when it first came out. It's now supposed to be $250, but Amazon regularly has it on sale for $150. So it's now $150. I got it even cheaper than that because I got this actually used with the box complete and everything on eBay. So I paid substantially less than $150. So if you look hard enough, you can get it for under $100 on eBay from someone else because I did. So that's really, really cool. And I think it's well worth the price of $150 or lower. I think it's really, really cool if you're into these sorts of things as a collector, as a big Marvel fan, and Iron Man in general. This is awesome. And that, like I said, that video feed is awesome. So great showstopper piece to show off when, you know, people are over and stuff. So guys, I'm really, really happy with this thing. I love the features. I love the AR mode. It works surprisingly well. From all the AR stuff I played, it actually stuck to the actual table. Then when I was moving around, it actually held its actual tracking with this pad that it came with. And it worked really well. And the fact that Iron Man actually shoots and he pulsates his hand and actually moves it around while you're shooting in game, it actually does it in the actual Iron Man thing, is really cool how that's synced up. So they did some really, really solid stuff with this and a lot of customization. My favorite, you know, app-based technology piece that I own so far. If you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen here on this today, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a recce is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.